Oh, brother.
Okay.
Go
Oh,
ahead. Let
God.
me hear it.
Goddamn.
One more time. One more fucking time.
Goddamn, guys. Fucking A.
Oh my god, dude. God fucking damn. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to fucking say, bro. Yikes. So I feel like, I feel like some sort of YouTube vlogger. The way you guys have been on this journey with me today of uh, uh, this never-ending fight for glory. To quote our
Eh,
oh my god, to quote the beautiful riffs of the NHP theme song by our great friends over at Envoi, bro. Oh my god, dude. So man, it has been a day. Obviously, told you guys a little bit earlier, we were a little late to the original live stream because my keyboard decided to go out at about 4 in the morning, so I had to overnight a new keyboard, which came at like 3:55, and obviously we go live at 4. And then to make my day even fucking worse, bro, as soon as we go live, it was nothing but buffoonery. Um, the whole time. Literally the whole time. It was about an hour's worth of a live stream, which obviously just got deleted because I just I, I I couldn't even make a decision with Sir K to cut the live stream because I could not see his still face for more than 5 seconds, and I could not hear him for more than 3. So it's been a fucking day. And if you guys are here now at 9:11 p.m. at night Central, dude, thank you guys so much, for real. You guys are the best. Man, I mean, golly, it's been a fucking day. It's been a day. It's been a day in the yeah, man, episode 228 is just not being great to me, bro. However, it has no more choice because we are here and we are fucking doing it whether it likes it or not. So, um regardless, man, how is everybody doing here on this fine Friday night? We're actually kicking it back to the old days, bro, when we would have to stay up, sit through SmackDown, and do the news afterwards. Not today. Not today, man. We are or I mean, I don't even know what I'm talking about, bro. Today, we're kicking it back to the old retro style, bro, where we had to stay up after SmackDown and then talk about the news, bro. So, obviously, we haven't been. Man, I couldn't tell you the last time we went live for news at 9 o'clock. I genuinely couldn't. I know we go live earlier, but usually never later, bro. But it's been a while.
It has been a long while.
Absolutely, bro. So, man, however, bro, we're here. We have fucking made it. Bro, thank you guys so much, man. Whether you guys are here now or a part of the Repay Mafia, thank you guys for coming back. I know it's frustrating. Trust me, I know it's frustrating, bro. I never envisioned myself wanting to fight a piece of equipment so bad in my entire life. How the fuck do you actually get to a mental state where you legitimately want to throw down with a fucking computer? The way I was talking to that fucking thing, man, you would have thought it was some dude off the street that just tried to fucking gank my pockets, bruh. But, dude, man, I mean, I never envisioned myself getting to the point where I genuinely wanted to fight a computer, but today it happened. And we've had a lot of streams that have really been not kind to us, but today, something just, man, really cranked my knob, as Hulk Hogan would say, bro. So, no, man, it's all good, bro. It's all good. Yes, we have rejuvenated. I have taken a deep breath. We have got back to the
That's good.
seat. We have opened the camera lens. We have We have went back live, bro. And we are here. We're going to talk about the news. And no, it's not going to take us another hour to get through the Ricochet story. But, man, enough of me blabbering on. Bro, how's everybody doing, man? And welcome to another edition of NHP. This is another edition of the news, bro. This is episode 228. Thank you guys so very much for joining us. Thank you guys to everybody, like I said, who came back. I genuinely apologize for the stream earlier. But to be honest, bro, I would rather turn out a stream a little later in the day that actually is smooth than powering through a stream that is literally just crashes. Literally just fucking
Mm-hmm.
crashes. So I apologize, but we're here, bro. If you guys did miss this past Monday's edition of Unscripted, what happened? What happened to the AEW tag team division? Man, if you guys did miss that edition of Unscripted, that is episode 209 of Unscripted. That's available for you guys on all platforms. It's Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and if you want to stay first, join us right here live every Monday after Monday Night Raw for Unscripted. And also, if you guys do not know how the show works, man, every Monday we're on here with Unscripted. Every Friday at 4 p.m. Central, we're on here with the news. And for the big pay-per-view, for the pay-per-views for WWE and AEW, we are live directly after the show with the official post-show review. Speaking of that, we're going to end you guys off with some all-in predictions, and we will be live on Sunday night with the AEW. Obviously, it's up on the channel now. With the AEW all-in official review, man. So, yes, obviously all into morning show, so you guys could catch us sometime in the afternoon. I'm assuming around 4 or 5 o'clock we'll be on. But yeah, you guys know whenever that show goes off the air, you guys know
We'll be on air.
yes, sir, bro. So yeah, man. Also, man, if you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on some of the official Notorious podcast merchandise, more specifically the new piece of NHP merchandise, this is the shirt to commemorate the rebrand of the channel. So if you guys did want to pick up the next chapter design, which you see on your very screen, you guys can find this available now on bonfire.com. Again, link is at the top of the description of this very video, where you can find the newest piece of NHP merchandise, like I said, to commemorate the rebrand of the show, man. Actually, should be getting mine in soon. I know they're print on demand, so they do take a little bit to kind of get here, but I should be expecting mine sometime with either tomorrow or Monday. I should be expecting mine. So, yeah, man. So I definitely will show those off for you guys. I got me a short sleeve and a long sleeve coming up now that I've been getting more into long sleeve shirts, man. Ever since last year, I've been getting more into long sleeve shirts. I don't know why. I always
You
hated
do.
them when I was a kid, but now I could definitely rock out with a long sleeve shirt, bro, for sure. But
Same. I used to hate it. Yeah, I used to hate long sleeves too. Now I got a couple. I could wear them. I like them.
definitely, I know yeah, I got a couple to work out in, and then I got a couple just to wear, like my wrestling ones, and now I got now I got ours coming in a couple days. So
Indeed.
definitely surprisingly, I have like it's either between me and Sir K or anybody that collects wrestling shirts probably have like the world record for the most amount of black shirts, but I do not have any
Oh,
black
dude.
long sleeve shirts.
Really?
So yeah, I got the Punk Acid Wash one, and then I got the Survivor Series red one that we got. But
Mhm.
I'm thankfully, man, I'm getting obviously ours is black, so I'm excited, dude. And then I have a black one to work out in. But I mean, yeah. But anyways, not to just kind of wear around the house, bro. But anyway, so yes, if you guys have not got a chance to pick up the merch, bro, bonfire.com, links at the top of the description of the video, man. And with that, um if this is your first time watching us and you guys do not know who we are here at NHP, I am Johnny, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here. How are you, bro?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Just been chilling out, man. Been chilling out. Fucking went out earlier. Did not work out.
Oh,
Watched
bro.
SmackDown. We're here now, and yeah, everything's going good now, man. And I think I'm excited for today. I think it's about to be a great show. Um, Fucking Hunter asked up if we enjoyed SmackDown. Yeah, it was alright. He didn't really care for the ending. or like the second half of the show overall. But
Man.
it was SmackDown, I guess. But I'm doing good. Like Durante always asks, man, how's life, the family? Life's good, the family's good. How is everybody doing in our live chat? Hunter Logan, which
Yes,
he
sir.
says in the comments may or may not be a little inebriated. Didn't know our manager was Jeff Hardy, man, but have a good night, man. Um, but I'm doing good. How's everyone doing in the chat? How's everyone doing in the replay? And what about you, bro? How are you doing?
Man. Um Doing good. I'm doing good, bro. Yes, doing good, man. Yeah, just obviously yeah, the what's the electronics have just not been going my way today, bro. I've definitely seen better days with the electronics, man, but all you could do is try. All you could do is try, bro, and that's what I'm doing. If I'm ever fucking doing something in this world, it is fucking trying. I may not be succeeding, but I'm fucking trying. Um so so yeah, man. Like I said, it's been rough. I'm trying, and we're finally on the other side, and so far so good. Knock on fucking wood. So other than that, man, I'm good. As Durante always asks, bro, I'm good. Family's good. What about you, Durante? Logan, my man Hunter, how are you doing, bro? Did I enjoy SmackDown? No, I didn't. I thought,
Bro,
I thought, aside from like Bloodline stuff, obviously the story of fucking SmackDown, the, sto- the story of SmackDown for like the past 3 years. If it wasn't, dude, if it out of the past 2 years, bro, if it wasn't Bloodline or Bray Wyatt, the two B's. If it wasn't Bloodline or Bray Wyatt, then 9 times out of 10, I really didn't care about it. But no, I like what they did tonight. I think we can expand on it a little more on Unscripted, but driving the rift between Solo and Fatu, and I think that obviously means nothing but good things, bad things for Solo's bloodline. But I definitely want to. I think me and Sir K have some good arguments for that, bro. So I'll let sleeping dogs lie until Monday, but interesting. There's interesting stuff going on, bro. But for sure. But to be honest, bro, I didn't really enjoy the entirety of the show. I thought it was eh.
oh,
But
yeah, it kind of happened.
yes, my man Logan. Logan did send me a picture of his sweatshirt, and I did see it.
Beautiful.
It looks beautiful. It looks beautiful, and thank you very much, Logan. Thank you very much, bro. So I always appreciate that. However, I want to address my homie, my biggest enemy, but my sister, Belle. I seen your chat earlier on the first stream, and if you are listening, take care of grandma. You know how it is.
You go, bro.
You know always be here, whether you catch us on the live or the replay. Of course, I'm gonna make fun of you for being late, but
Always got them.
it's all love. You know it's all love. So take care of grandma, and I just want to send all the love and all the prayers to my sister Belle, even though she is my biggest op. Nothing but love for the homie, bro. So, yes, take care of grandma and keep doing your thing, girl. We'll always be here, man. We'll always be here, bro. So, yes, ma'am.
Hell yeah. I hope everything goes well. Do what you gotta do, and like you said, we're always here, man.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Okay. Ah, God, finally, here we are. Ricochet. Ricochet. Okay.
Okay. So we
Right.
get through this one.
Yeah. Here we are. Well, we're 23 minutes in, man. So the last time we ended the Ricochet story, it was about 50 minutes
Uh,
in, and the screens were black. So let's hope we're not on that trajectory right now. So Ricochet, man, Ricochet has signed a multi-year deal with AEW, man. So Ricochet wrapped up his tenure with WWE earlier this year and was written off television with an attack by current Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker. Fightful Select is reporting Ricochet is planned for upcoming AEW shows and has a multi-year agreement with the company. Several people familiar with the situation added that Ricochet has traveled to London for AEW All In and has been penciled to appear at the show. The nature of Ricochet's appearance is unclear, though perhaps he could be a part of the Casino Gauntlet match, which AEW reportedly are securing big names for. AEW All In London 2024 will take place Sunday, August 25th from Wembley Stadium in London, England, and will mark AEW's second stadium event and second event in Wembley Stadium. So obviously this really doesn't shock anybody, man. But what do you think about this whole situation, man?
It's really interesting. It's really interesting to see, where Ricochet looks to be going, man. I think we all knew he'd be going here, so it's not that shocking, but it's shocking that he left in the first place. Still, to me, really didn't think he was going to do that. And we very well probably see him on Sunday, man. And I'm very intrigued to see how and what they do with Ricochet, man. They could do a lot. They could also do very formulaic stuff with Ricochet that I wouldn't be surprised that they do. We said it fucking months ago when this, first started, dropping that, Ricochet leaves, he goes to AEW, he's gonna take that Orange Cassidy spot. The show opener, every week he has a match. I still think he's gonna take that spot in some ways. But when it comes to feuds and whatnot, I could see Ospreay, I could see MJF. And I'm very intrigued to see how it goes. It's exciting, but also for the concern of Ricochet, a little concerning. You always got to be concerned when anybody's going anywhere, and when they're going to AEW, that concern's a little higher than other places. So we'll hope it goes well.
Definitely, and like I was saying earlier, man, like I really hope Tony does not get him in bad habits of just like WWE did kind of have him expand on his mic work a little bit, even though it wasn't the best, it wasn't the worst either. You know what I mean? And I hope, Tony doesn't look at him and say, well, Ricochet doesn't need to talk anyway, because no, he does need to talk, and he does need to still form some sort of connection with the audience and, not just kind of be one of these guys to get over on work rate, because that's kind of everybody's gimmick, so it's not special in AEW. So I really hope he's able to, yes, showcase his work rate because he's a great worker, but at the end of the day, I hope he's also able to kind of maneuver his way through actually getting an organic connection with the audience and not just by moves and matches, because I mean that's how people become flashes in the pan. You know what I mean? If LA Knight came out there back last summer and did, Hurricane Ranas and Poison Ranas, and, the fans loved it at first, and that was his genuine connection to them, by October, these people aren't really going to care about his Hurricane Ranas and his Poison Ranas and his Canadian Destroyers anymore. LA Knight got a connection to the audience by not even just his catchphrases, but just showing his personality. And obviously his catchphrases are his main thing. That's what people love. But, at the end of the day, it was his personality, and it was just how he was in certain types of situations, and just how he cut promos on people, and just his delivery and his style of is what got LA Knight over, for example. But like, again, if you bring Ricochet in, and and if you think he's gonna gain an organic connection with the audience from doing the 6:30, I can guarantee you by November, nobody's going to care about his 6:30 anymore. And it's going to be right back to the typical problem in AEW of, Tony just thinking, oh, well, I'll have these guys wrestle their way into being superstars. It's like, no, you have to present and act like and have these people act like superstars as well. So that's obviously a concern in AEW. I think they're going to like him in AEW. I think he's going to do great in AEW. At least I hope so. I just hope Tony doesn't get these ideas in his head where, Ricochet ends up like a lucha bro. You know what I mean? Where the guys, they go out there, they wrestle, They say their one catchphrase,
And they
um,
go home.
and then they go home. They have a couple meaningless championship reigns that don't last long, and even if they did, nobody really cared about them anyway. And that's all it was. And they just go out there and they wrestle. They do their Canadian destroyers, and that's it. You know what I mean? I hope, and which I mean, like I was saying last 2 or 3 weeks ago or whatever with the Lucha Bros, is that's why I'm excited for them to go to WWE, because they're not, WWE's not going to have them go out there doing Canadian destroyers every week on SmackDown. You know what I mean? So it'll be a lot tamer, and I think that's what they need. But for Ricochet, taking the handcuffs off of some people might be a bad thing. Um, but my prediction is, man, I honestly think Ricochet will be okay. I think he will
Overall,
be all
right.
right. I think he will, and I think maybe taking the handcuffs off of him might be a little more beneficial in his case. And like I said, that's not always the case. I might be wrong, but in Ricochet's case, I honestly do think that taking the handcuffs off of him might be what is needed, because I think WWE might have watered him down a little too much. I just hope, like I said, I just hope they don't spam use Ricochet in the sense of just, you know, doing all this crazy stuff and focusing on his work rate. That does scare me, but otherwise, man, in the grand scheme of things, I do think he'll be okay. So I'm excited for him, and I'm glad. I mean, I'm sure he'll be in a lot higher positions in AEW than he was in WWE, and that's what I'm excited for Ricochet.
Definitely, man. Definitely. I think in AEW he'll definitely be an upper mid carder to an occasional main eventer if it's someone like Will Ospreay in the main event position that he could, be an opponent with. So I can actually see that, and with the handcuff stuff is really true because some people benefit with them, some people benefit out without them. How many times have we said Lucha Bros need handcuffs? Or you look at the reverse case, look at War Machine. Look at how what handcuffs did to them. It completely ruined them. Um, completely ruined them.
Look at
They were
Keith Lee.
mhm, exactly
In
handcuffs.
Yep. Early in NXT, handcuffs. Once he took those off, I mean, did we see a
Insane.
megastar before us? Now look at him in AEW. Tony Khan put the fucking shackles right back on. Tony Khan put the shackles around his wrists and his ankles.
Exactly. At least fucking Vince just had him around his fucking wrist. And man was face to face in front of Roman, in front of the most casual audience at the time, and they were
Man.
going nuts for the fucking guy. Never forgive him for that. But some people, they benefit with handcuffs, they benefit without them. And like you said, I think Ricochet might benefit without them. I think they watered him down too much. The only special thing they ever had him do in this company is just do the jump over the ropes and land on the feet thing.
Yeah.
That's really the only like special thing he's really done,
And
move
his
wise.
well, his two in NXT, yes, and on the main roster, that man sat dormant until Logan Paul was there, and then he was
Oh yeah,
literally just
yeah,
there to match Logan's athleticism at that point, in my
yeah,
opinion.
exactly. And I think they definitely underused him. And I
Oh
think
yeah.
Tony Khan can overuse people, but I think he will be used more, obviously, at the end of the day. So I overall think it's going to be well. Obviously, there's going to be the Tony Khanisms that we're going to complain about when they happen, but overall, I think it's going to be better for Ricochet.
Yes.
Man,
Absolutely. You all right?
I can't just reflex kick my desk.
I'm dead. Um. So speaking of more people in AEW, man, or as a great man once said, this could be the story of the little man just getting it all.
Who said that, man? Who the hell would say that?
Ah,
Is that an Excalibur line? That sounds like an Excalibur line.
it does sound like an Excalibur line, which now that you say that makes that line all that much worse. Um, it really does. It makes that line all that much worse, bro. But yeah, oh Lord,
No losers at that line.
man. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't know who would. I don't know who would say something like that, bro. But, um, like I said, man, as a great man once said, this could be the story of the little man getting it all. So, according to Wrestling Observer newsletter, we've heard talk of Darby Allin getting a AEW championship run no matter who wins at Wembley. We know that's been talked about seriously, but as to when, that's less clear. End quote. Um so okay, before we even talk about this, can we talk about how Pac won a number one contender match for the international title, doesn't get his match at Wembley. Now, Darby Allin wins Royal Rampage, and that means you get the winner at Grand Slam for the AEW World Championship. So Darby's got a shot. He's the title match at Grand Slam, right? Why the fuck is AEW doing another match at All In, the Casino Gauntlet match, and the winner gets an AEW World title shot? I mean, could you space these things out just a little bit? I mean, I like that these matches have stakes, but bro, get through a contender at a time here. I mean, it's just, this is how we overclog stories, and this is how these kind of things happen. Is this kind of shit. And so again, Darby's getting the shot at Grand Slam. So does Hangman win the Casino Gauntlet match and get a shot at All Out? Which wouldn't make sense. Which wouldn't make sense other than the fact that Bryan Danielson loses.
Exactly. That would only be the way to make sense unless... And I really don't think Bryan Danielson's gonna lose. I really don't. So, or at least I fucking fear. But like, I feel like something has to fuck Hangman in that match. But even then, what does the winner get? When do they get their fucking match?
Yeah.
It's like, stop setting up multiple fucking contenders at the same time. You did it with the tag titles. You did it with fucking Acclaimed. And you had to fucking give them the match. And then give a disqualification finish just to get a triple threat. When you could have just not did that in the first place and saved yourself the fucking hassle.
And that doesn't work out for anybody, especially Dax.
Fucking nothing works out for Dax, man.
He's upset now.
When the fuck isn't he, man? It's so stupid with that booking, man. But other than that, with Darby, the possibility, Darby being a world champion, it's overdue. I mean, he probably should have been one of the ones that could have beat Max. I think that would have been perfect.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't do it, obviously, but I think you're having your opportunity come up, man. And no matter what, not that I'm saying it should happen at Grand Slam. Maybe you could wait, a pay-per-view or two after that one. But you don't need to make Bryan's reign if he does win it that long anyway. So Darby sounds good to me, man. I would love that. It's overdue.
Exactly. And honestly, dude, in all honesty, like if you were to have Darby win the match at Grand Slam, it's like, to be honest, that's like the most Danielson thing ever. Is like, he's winning the championship, so he's winning the championship because Tony's making him, which I don't blame Tony at all. I do not blame Tony in the slightest for wanting to add. I would have done the same thing. If I'm a wrestling promoter, there's like no way in hell I do not have Bryan Danielson's name attached to my world championship. That just doesn't happen. His name, no matter what, is getting attached to my world championship as one of the holders of the title. But it's a very Bryan thing to do, to win it because Tony's making him win it if he does win it. And then he's going to go on and drop it to a guy like Darby, who maybe reminds Bryan a lot of himself. Um,
Mhm.
hence the little man getting it all. You know, I believe
Yeah,
they're
great.
from. I believe they're both from the state of Washington. So I mean, there's again, Darby probably does remind him a lot of himself, of a small guy who's been overlooked for probably most of his career. He's from Washington. It makes sense. It does make sense, and I could absolutely see that. And of course, we would all want Brian's reign to go longer, but at the end of the day, this is Brian.
Doesn't need
We're
to.
talking exactly like Brian is solidified. I mean, I honestly think people like if Brian just gets the championship just to say he got the championship, I would be okay with
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Yeah, he's Brian. He's at his point. He don't gotta prove nothing to anybody. The whole reason he's probably gonna get this title is because of, his name, his value, and his history alone.
Yep.
So it's like he doesn't need to fucking prove it as champ. He could have it for a little bit. And what's more fitting for a guy like Brian to lose it to probably the biggest baby face, constant of this company that they self-produced. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I think it's perfect. I really think it is.
Definitely. Definitely. Yeah, I mean, I would not. I've been trying to say Darby Allen needs to get a world championship reign forever.
2 years. Uh,
Um,
he, he said he should have beat Punk. I think we've said that when Punk was, in this company and, a champion.
yeah.
Well, yeah, it was one of the people we threw around that could beat him. Like,
When
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 Mox won.
yeah,
Thanks.
when Punk won the title, my two options to beat Punk were MJF or Darby Allen. When MJF won the
Mhm.
title, my two options to beat Punk were Darby Allen or Brian Dan or sorry, when MJF won the title, my two options to beat MJF were Darby Allen or Brian Danielson. You know what I mean? And then obviously shit kind of went off the rails. Moxley dropped the belt to Punk. Punk got
Yeah.
suspended. Then we went into that tournament. I thought Brian should have won the tournament. I thought
Yeah.
Brian should have won the tournament. That ended at Grand Slam against Moxley. Obviously, they ended up putting it back on John Moxley to drop it to MJF. But again, when MJF won it, my two options were Brian or Darby. And obviously ended up going to Samoa Joe, which was all well and dandy. But, case in point,
Yeah,
I've been
say no
talking
more
about Darby Allen becoming a world champion for
for two
two and
years.
a half two and a half years now. So, you know, it's definitely long overdue. It's definitely long overdue. And again, he's a guy that is an AEW homegrown, and people love Darby Allen. And I mean, it seems it's a no brainer not to put the world championship on him. So,
Exactly.
um, so yeah, man. So that is the news on Darby Allen potentially getting looked at for a world championship run. So that's obviously, like I said, man, nothing but great news, and I think, like I said again, it is long, long overdue. Um,
Very.
so, mm, uh, speaking of some more AEW news, Tony Khan has recently said on the Lee Batard show. Tony Khan gave his thoughts on potentially bringing AEW to the Las Vegas sphere. He said, I have had some conversations about that, but I think it's a long, long way away. There is a very long line to get into the sphere. Interesting. This is very interesting. I feel like we've been at the very least speculating this kind of thing for a very long time. Somebody going to the sphere, because it just seems like
A
a really cool
no-brainer.
spot. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a really cool venue, and I think it fits like 20 something thousand people in there. So I mean, that's like perfect for a wrestling
It's
event.
easy. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, not if you're AEW, but I get your point. I get your point. But but
Uh,
but yeah, man. I mean, it seems like a no-brainer. It seems like a no-brainer for people going to the Sphere. And now that this news has come out, WWE is probably gonna be booking their show in the Sphere very very soon.
Oh, 100%. They're gonna find a way to jump that list and be the first wrestling company to do a show in the Sphere. So whoever gets it first, I don't give a fuck. I'm intrigued though. Imagine the Trons, imagine all that type of shit. They would look really fucking cool no matter what company goes. So Tony Khan wants to go there. I'm sure now after he said that, Triple H and Nick Khan want to go there. So it's a race, and we'll see who fucking gets to the finish line. I don't care who gets to the finish line because it's been, obviously, speculated ever since that thing was built as, well, there's going to be a wrestling show in there, so I'm intrigued.
Yeah. Speaking of more AEW, man, the um TV rights update. So during the All In media call, Tony Khan has confirmed that he has spent time in Paris with the Warner Bros. Discovery executive team, and he says their relationship has never been stronger. He declined to comment, go figure, he declined to comment on the exclusive negotiating window or speaking with outside parties. Now, with that, Warner Bros. Discovery, Fightful, reached out to Warner Bros. Discovery sources, and they have confirmed that there was still some red tape to get through before announcing a new deal with AEW, but another offer for a long-term TV deal was made recently to AEW that they're very confident in. Warner Bros. Discovery, the Warner Bros. Discovery source called the offer extensive, but did not elaborate. Sources from each side spoken to expect the partnership to continue for years to come.
Interesting, man. Interesting. I think no matter what, they're gonna go with a deal with Warner. I think that's how it's gonna work out. I don't think Tony Khan's gonna get the money he's truly asking for, but
Mm-hmm.
I think he is gonna, secure the deal with Warner Bros. They need constant money every fucking day. On Twitter, I see from like DC fans and all that how fucking broke Warner Bros. Is. So they need the constant money. So I think no matter what, they're gonna, keep AEW. I just don't think Tony Khan's going to get the exact deal he's looking for, man, because they don't have much money to spend. So I think it's going to kind of be a in-between deal, but no matter what, I think they're going to stick with Warner.
I think so too, and especially Tony Khan is on an interview recently wearing a Max baseball cap, so
Yeah.
I think it's very evident what he's shooting for. And at this stage in the negotiations, I'm pretty sure something with Max has been nailed down. Because, um, again, why would you, why would you come out wearing a HBO Max hat and then you just don't get a deal with them? That will be the funniest image ever on the internet if that was the
Literally.
case. However, yeah, I mean, this is good for AEW. The only way they can go wrong with this is if they get a streaming service, but still make people pay $50 to get the pay per view. That would obviously be a horrible model.
Well,
Um, which is something that I just genuinely hope WWE does not do either, because oh man, I mean that just sounds like a nightmare, bro. That just sounds like a nightmare, having to pay for a streaming service and then having to
I'll
pay another $50 to watch the show. I mean that's just I mean
tell you what I ain't doing.
yeah, I mean that is just ridiculous. So I hope AEW. I mean, that's literally the only way in this that they can go wrong, and hopefully they do not, bro. And yeah, but hopefully not, bro. But I'm glad to hear that things have been, going good, and that they think that it's gonna continue for years to come. I mean, this is what I hope for AEW. This is what I hope for AEW, that they would, you know, get a good deal that they were happy with. And I don't know what I the only thing that scares me about a deal is I don't want a deal to come into place and then Tony Khan kind of gain of the mindset of, well, we got the money now, so we could just keep doing what we're doing on television. That is something that does scare me for Tony Khan and I'm just very scared about what his whole mindset's going to be coming out of the media rights deal.
That's true. That's true. That could be very scary. Hopefully they kick his ass into gear.
I hope so. I absolutely hope so. So man, well, let's jump over to some WWE news for a little bit, and this kind of coincides with AEW a tiny bit because former AEW talent Jose the Assistant was backstage last week with Andrade at SmackDown in Orlando, according to Fightful Select.
Dog.
Man. Well,
Why can't you just go with Selena, bro?
uh, that that was that was the first thing I said. Now, I mean, in all honesty, this could just be a case of
Just
this.
hanging out.
I was gonna say this could just be a case of Jose just coming to see his buddy Andrade. Dude, do not give me Jose. I mean, bro, who the fuck is Jose the Assistant? I mean, are you serious, bro?
Exactly.
I mean that pairing. I mean, I'm not gonna say it was horrible because I just didn't feel anything, which might
I mean,
arguably be even worse.
exactly.
I mean, when these guys were on television, bro, together, I felt nothing. I mean,
No.
legitimately, I looked at these two and I looked at Jose standing next to Andrade and I didn't even think it was garbage. I didn't even give it a thought in my mind, which again, arguably might be worse. Um,
Hmm.
I mean, what? Dude, I really hope WWE does not get back the pairing of Jose the Assistant and Andrade because again, it was not good. Why you cannot put this man back with his original manager? I have absolutely no idea. I mean, I don't know how you have Zelina Vega and Andrade in NXT. Andrade comes back to the main roster and you don't want to explore that at all? And then you split them
Yeah.
up in the bland split? I mean, come on,
Damn.
dude. I mean,
No.
really?
Definitely though. Definitely doesn't make sense. Did not care for their pairing at all. And I hope this doesn't come, into anything.
I don't get it. I don't get it, man.
No.
Yeah, I really hope Triple H just finds it in himself to put back together Zelina Vega and Andrade as soon as hopefully can be. Because again, I honestly don't know anybody that would choose Jose, the assistant, over Zelina Vega as Andrade's manager, man. I mean, it's just, they're in the same fucking company again. Put them together. They got robbed of an actual main run on the actual main roster run when they first got called up. So put them on the fucking main roster together and give them a legit shot. I don't know, man. I don't know. It is just a very, if they are looking to explore any sort of options with that, man, I mean, that is just very odd to me. That's very odd to me. Like I said, how you've sat since the beginning of the year with these two in the same company as each other, and you have not explored it at all outside of Andrade helping Rey Mysterio and giving Zelina Vega a hug on that one SmackDown. I mean, that's all you can fucking explore for Andrade and Zelina Vega. I mean, come on, dude. This group was golden in NXT. I mean, like Andrade is one of like the dark horse best NXT champions. Like when you talk about best NXT champions, Andrade and Zelina Vega, nobody says their name, but like bro, they were such a dark horse like I'm talking like all-time NXT champions. Andrade's like such a sleeper pick up there. Like he's one of the most slept on NXT champions ever. Like honestly, man, and I don't know how you don't want to explore that on the main roster.
No, I really don't understand that. It's what made it work in NXT, and I don't know why you don't want to do that again.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Jumping back over to some AEW stuff, bro. Soraya. Soraya, man. According to Fightful Select, Soraya's AEW deal may be up soon. The two sides have discussed the possibility of extending the deal. How do you feel about this, man? You want to see the leader of the Outcasts stick around in AEW?
No, I don't want to see her anywhere, dude. I mean, she came back. It was exciting at the time, and we
Yep,
thought it would help the women's division. It didn't. She is fucking still rusty to all shit, and she's just not special. She's not. She lost the edge, man. She's kind of annoying. No edge, just there. That's all she is, man. So I don't care if she leaves or goes, man. I'm sure she'll stay. I'm sure they'll keep her. Because I know they just like signed, I don't know if they signed her brother, but no, he's there
I
and
believe
shit.
so.
So I think they did. So we'll see how it goes, man. But I could definitely see her staying, but I really don't care either way.
Uh, yeah, yeah, man. I definitely understand that, bro. I definitely understand why you would feel that way. When she got brought back in, a lot of people were excited. A lot of people were excited. A lot of people try to rewrite history and say I wasn't excited at all. I knew she wasn't gonna turn out. Uh, no, a lot of
Yeah,
people were excited. Again, a lot of wrestling fans, they gotta be the smartest guy in the room all the time, and they gotta, they gotta I don't know. They always got to be right now, wrestling fans. So they, a lot of wrestling fans, when it comes to Soraya, bro, they do try to rewrite history, and they try to say that they seen it coming the whole time with her, and but at the end of the day, bro, when she debuted, everybody was excited to see what she was gonna do in that women's division, and obviously the way it was presented to us was she was the revolution there, which I mean she did. I mean that's valid,
mhm.
bro. She was a huge part of the revolution there. Her, Emma, AJ Lee. I mean it was that crop of women down there in NXT. That is valid. Everybody was excited when she first came to AEW. A lot of people thought she was gonna actually, and again, it's not that we thought that she was gonna be the fucking almighty of the women's
No,
division, but a lot of people were excited because okay, she was a pioneer of the women's revolution in WWE, and she can help this women's division, and she could probably be a good piece to this AEW women's division. And the way it ended up turning out was not how any of us expected. She had her first match, and everybody was kind of like, oh, all right, well, she's probably getting that ring rust off, and the rust has not worn off to this day, and it's been about 2 years, and it's been a complete and utter disappointment. It's been
no.
a complete and utter failure. She won the women's championship last year, and I could not tell you one fucking thing she did with that championship. All I know is that she won it at All In and she lost it to Sheeta. When she lost it to Sheeta, I have no idea. But I mean the run sucked. The whole run has sucked. And if she does leave, I can't I can't blame anybody for saying that they're not losing sleep over it, because I'm not losing sleep over it. And if she does stay, she's uh, I mean, props to her, because she just finessed Tony Khan out of the most pointless bag that he's probably ever spent.
Oh, literally the most pointless, wasted money you've probably spent, man.
Yeah, I mean, again, if she does stay, man, I gotta give a round of applause for her, because I don't know why Tony Khan would look at her and want to pursue another deal. Personally,
Yeah,
I don't know how that makes any sense. Um,
I really don't.
so yeah, man, that is the news on Soraya and her AEW deal coming up soon, bro. Hmm. Well, jumping back over to some WWE stuff. Um, Jumping back over to some WWE stuff, man. Speaking of deals, so John Cena stated has stated that he has already signed an extension to remain with the WWE. Once the farewell tour is over after 2025, he says, and I quote, "I love this company. It is my home. They are my family. Even after 2025, I have already signed an extension to remain a member of the WWE family for the near, mid, and long term future. I do not think there will be a beat of my heart where WWE blood does not come out of it." Um, as expected. I mean,
Yeah,
nobody expected the farewell tour to be over and then John Cena shows up in fucking AEW. I don't think anybody expected John Cena to test his ranks in MLW or nothing like that, or maybe jump over to
well, W.
NWA, or maybe Cena goes to Progress in 2026. I don't think anybody expected that. So Cena obviously is definitely going to be getting that nice Undertaker lifetime deal for sure.
100%. He's got the lifer deal. Obviously, it's John Cena, and he'll be around on a Legends deal for after his retirement. So good for him, man.
Definitely, definitely, man. So yeah, so John Cena obviously is going to be remaining with the WWE for many years to come. Well, speaking of somebody who actually just dipped out on us, quite the opposite of John Cena here. Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee confirmed the August 19th, or this past Monday's edition of Raw, will be his final appearance for the rest of the year due to his football obligations. He says on an Instagram post, "Tonight will be my last trip that tonight will be my last trip to that wonderful WWE family for a while. I am very bummed out. Football season is officially starting, which is awesome, but the WWE family is where I'm supposed to be. I know that, and I hope they do too." Um,
Okay.
Obviously, if you guys watched Monday, they played a video package for Pat McAfee like he was fucking retiring. Um, but obviously he is not. And Pat is going to be away for the foreseeable future. And then next week on Raw, I believe it's going to be Cole and Corey. And then early September, the first Raw of September, I believe, is when Joe Tessitore starts. So
Mhm.
I want to say I believe it's the September 2nd version of Raw. I can
Yes, it is.
yes. Yeah, it is September 2nd. So Joe Tessitore starts September 2nd. So obviously we're just going to have 1 week with Cole and Corey, which Cole and Corey is great. So, you know, That's no worries at all. But it definitely does suck, man. I'm gonna miss Pat's energy. I know a lot of people have turned fickle on Pat McAfee for some reason, and now they hate him for whatever.
Fucking Gotta say
Yeah,
fucking AEW fan. Fucking wrestling fans.
yeah. I don't
God.
know. I don't know. Which their argument is always, well, he's too hype. He puts all the attention on himself. Do you not hear like Tony
Makes him
Schiavone
Vince.
fucking cursing out the talent when he's on the mic? You don't think that puts the attention on himself either?
Like I don't get it. That's what Vince said. That's why the commentary used to suck. Because that was Vince's mentality. Ah, God. These fans.
Yeah, fickle, bro. Or double
Mm-hmm.
double standards as wrestling fans.
Uh,
AEW,
well, fun.
again, these AEW fans, bro, they come over and they say this stuff about Pat McAfee and the same type of shit. Honestly, AEW fans have no fucking room to talk because their commentary team is
Dog shit.
that is dude between all fucking three. Well, no, I don't want to put Taz in there, bro, but between Excalibur and Tony Schiavone, the shit I hear come out of their fucking mouths on a weekly Wednesday basis, bro, I'm just sitting there like, dude, what? Like, I'll never forget when Jack Perry poured a drink on Tony Schiavone's head and Excalibur is sitting next to him screaming, "Somebody get a mop." So you're gonna grab a mop and fucking rub a dirty ass mop all over Tony Schiavone's head.
Uh,
And Taz is just sitting there like, a mop? You mean a towel? Come on, dude.
like, it's insane. Their commentary is so fucking bad.
Oh my god, it's fucking atrocious, dude. It is a true oh man, it is dude, it is so horrible. It really is. It really is so horrible, man. Um so case in point, man, they absolutely have no room to talk. But Pat McAfee's going away for a while. I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss his energy that he brings. I'm gonna miss his excitement. And I'm gonna miss him, bro. I'm gonna miss him overall. So he'll be back in January. It'll only be about 5 months without him. So, yeah, it'll only be about 5 months without him. So before we know it, he'll be back on television. But it does suck that he does get to. I mean, well, he was on Raw anyway, so I guess he wouldn't have been missing the Bloodline stuff anyway. But I would have
Yeah,
loved to hear him call that. But either way, Pat will be back in no time, and he'll be doing his thing before we know it.
exactly. It's unfortunate that we get this, you know, almost half a year break from them, but it is what it is, and I'm just excited to get them back.
Definitely. And we know wrestling is one of his loves, but football is too. And he likes doing
Exactly.
that. So I mean, technically, we do get him for about 7 months, 7 or 8 months, and they only get him for about 4 or 5. So you know,
We get them longer at the end of the day.
yeah, definitely. So uh, yeah, man. So to we actually have an injury update here next. So Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair's current injury has a reported return timetable that would have her back and ready to go around November. I believe, I want to say she got hurt around January or December. So that would mean,
Yeah,
yeah, she would have been out about, man, 11 months. 11 months. So that's obviously a pretty long time for an injury, but nonetheless, I see the videos of her training, bro, and I'm glad that I'm glad that she's, healthy and making her way back. I'm just very scared that WWE brings her back and just does the classic Charlotte runs through the division thing. That I am a little scared for, but regardless, I'm glad she's healthy and making her way back because man, that is a long injury.
it is, and it's very unfortunate. and I hope her the best and coming back. And I think it's going to be soon. And I think we all know what she's going to do when she comes back. So good for her, man. I hope it goes well.
Definitely, bro. So we actually have a bit of an interesting story next. Now that we're on the topic of one of the four horsewomen, to talk about the other one, one of the other ones, man. Sasha Banks, Mercedes
And
Moné, dude. This is insane.
it's crazy.
Mercedes has revealed during an interview with Monet Mag, Mercedes has revealed that she planned on returning to WWE at WrestleMania 39 before being
Mm,
invited to AEW All In by Tony Khan. Dude.
Man, I almost got it.
Man. So she says, dude, oh God. So she says here, she says, I had planned on returning to WWE for WrestleMania in LA. That was, of course, before Tony invited us to see the show. Mind you, there were no discussions of signing with AEW at that point. Zero. Tony, Kev, I had texted as Tony, Kev, and I had texted as friends, but it was just a casual invite. I wanted to go out. I wanted to. I wanted to go not out of. I wanted to go not out of curiosity or to kick the tires, but honestly because I love wrestling to this day. When I have time, I still watch the indie shows, and I really continue to have that passion for it. Wow,
Mm, that's insane.
very, very. Because at that point, I believe she was done with WWE. I want to say around New Year's of 2022. So come 2023, I believe she was a free woman. I believe she was a free
Hmm.
woman. I believe WWE cut her after the new year, and and then she, obviously was kind of doing nothing, which is insane. That she's, and nobody could tell me any differently, bro. She she is such a fan of Triple H and the way he does things. She was dead ass gonna go right back 4 months later. She's gonna go right back to
That's
WWE.
crazy.
Like,
That's insane.
yeah, and it is crazy to think that we were actually that close to getting that. We were actually that close to getting
Mhm.
Mercedes at at WrestleMania 39, dude. And then obviously she went on her New Japan run, and ended up getting hurt. That's when obviously we seen her at All In, and then now she's in AEW. But it's insane to think that we were that close to getting Mercedes in back in WWE, which the way the AEW run is going, I'm kind of starting to wish she actually would have went back to WWE. Um, but
I would say.
yeah, but regardless, I mean WWE is doing okay. I don't know about her, but I know WWE is doing okay. I mean they've been building a new crop of talent and in her absence, and I'm sure when she comes back, she's gonna tear it up with said talent, and everything will be okay. But I think it was a good period to kind of like. That's why I think it's a nice period now having Sasha, Becky, and Charlotte kind of all gone at the same time out of the company. Bailey's obviously still doing her thing, but even now, I'm sure she's after she lost the championship. I'm sure she's taking a slight hiatus for a little bit, but it is nice to kind of step away from the four horsewomen for a little bit, because there was a time in WWE where that is all Vince McMahon would dip into, is the four horsewomen.
Hmm.
So it's nice to get to see, Bianca Belair's, and well, I don't know about Bianca Belair. She did get a little stale there for a little bit, but it's nice to just see the stars of Io Sky and Tiffany Stratton and Rhea Ripley all come into all come into play, and be able to actually build upon those stars and actually put stock into them. So if we do, ever see all of the four horsewomen back in WWE at the same time, they actually have stars that they are able to combat with. Because, like I said, back in the old days of WWE, if you weren't the four horsewomen or Alexa Bliss, you weren't getting used. And that's just how it was. But like I said, WWE's doing fine. As for Mercedes, could be doing better. Definitely could be doing better. But it really is crazy to think that we were legitimately this close to her coming back 4 months after she left.
It's crazy, man. And no matter what, she's gonna go back after this
Oh
AEW's
yeah,
deal. So I'm really not too worried or too like, damn, she should have went back then. I think in the end it's gonna work out, and she's gonna be back there after this contract with AEW ends. So I'm not gonna think about it like that all too much.
definitely, definitely. So, well, speaking of the show that Mercedes got invited to last year, All In. What's going on this year at All In for Jay White? Well, Jay White was on last week's last week's AEW's TV taping, getting checked for a potential return to the ring. He did not appear ready as of then. White was considered for AEW All In at one point, but thus far it is not confirmed if he made the trip to London. And there has been. Oh, so there is a potential spoiler. He was discussed for the gauntlet match, but as of his visit to the TV tapings last week, he was not cleared, though he was improving. Um, I see a lot of people of course, AEW fans. I see a lot of these AEW fans. They're saying, man, we need to see Jay White interfere in the ladder match and help the Bang Bang Gang get the trios titles.
Oh,
Motherfucker, did you miss the part where it said he was hurt? So he's hurt, but you want him to get in the ring and probably start tipping over ladders and doing all types of shit.
they 100% want to. They don't care about the man's fucking health. They want him out there to fucking wrestle. Um, Hope everything goes well with his fucking recovery, man. And take his time, man, because who even cares about what you're coming back to? You're coming back to the Bang Bang Gang. I wish you were coming back to fucking Raw or SmackDown,
Yeah.
but you're not. Wish the best in his recovery, man.
Could you imagine this fucking guy on SmackDown right now?
Facing Cody, dude, giving Cody a run for his money.
Oh my
Oh, great.
god. Oh, brother.
Fucking crime.
Dude, this guy is Jay White versus LA Knight.
Oh, so crazy, dude.
These freaks, man. Oh, this guy needs to go to. Oh God, dude, I seriously despise Vince for scaring him off. Cause
Mm,
I know if it would have been, if there was no power struggle, like, if there
that
wasn't
time.
exactly at the time, like obviously there was the power struggle between Vince and Triple H, who was really running the ship type thing. If that wasn't a thing, I just fucking know Jay White would have went to WWE. I know he would have, man. And obviously at the time it seemed like he was making the right decision by, going over to AEW, bro. But damn, did that blow up as as soon as they lit it up, man. It didn't even take a few seconds to blow up. It just fucking blew up right in his face. And he's been stuck in
Hate to
AEW
see it.
purgatory ever since.
It really has been. Cold Collision and the Bang Bang Gang. Two purgatories in one. What a bitch.
Man. So, yo, my man Durante, bro, welcome back. Welcome
How you
back.
doing, man?
We
How you
are,
doing?
yes, we are official now. Um, so Um. Hmm. Oh well, interesting enough. Well, I, speaking of the all-in London type stuff, actually, you know what? Let's save this for a little bit. Let's jump over to some NXT news. Okay, this one is pretty cool, I will say. PW Insider is reporting TNA veteran Rosemary will be wrestling next week as a part of the alliance between WWE and TNA. Rosemary will be
Mhm.
wrestling on this week's upcoming version of NXT, bro. Man, how cool is
That's
that?
exciting. Fucking Rosemary, a goat. Again, I mean, if you love your creepy wrestling, you know Rosemary, man.
Yeah.
And I'm excited, dude. That's cool. And I'd like to see her in the company, man.
I absolutely would too. Rosemary is in a very goated group. Many of us know and love DK. And
Classic.
dude, oh, they
Let's
were
get
such.
crazy Steve in here too, dude.
What'd you say,
Let's get crazy Steve in this bitch
dude?
too.
Yeah, and I know what's his face is with the company. Um, Abyss. I mean, he's
Yeah,
probably too old
exactly.
to
Yeah,
probably too
produce
old
her.
to wrestle at this point. But man,
Yeah.
Crazy Steve would actually be. That would actually
Crazy.
go pretty nuts. And him and Rosemary on like some sort of NXT collab, I think would be pretty cool, bro. But Rosemary will be on NXT, dude. So that is very cool news. That is very cool news for all of you who watch NXT, and I will definitely have to peek in to kind of see what Rosemary's got going on. Because man, I'll never forget, man. I was in Kentucky, and I was staying by my sister's house in 2017, and I was scrolling through YouTube, and I was watching Broken Hardy stuff. And then all of a sudden, I just hear this just amazing theme song play. I had drifted off on just to some random TNA videos, and I click on a video and I'm watching it, and man, I'm watching and I'm hearing this really cool opening riff to a theme song. And then I just see this creepy figure just walk out there like so just just full of aura. And that was the first time I seen her, man. And then just when I thought that was cool, I realized the person singing was Marilyn Manson.
Hmm.
And I was just like, yo, this song is pretty cool, bro. And then I knew who Abyss was. I see Abyss walk out, and then I see this other freak walk out with him, and I'm just like mesmerized by how cool. Obviously, the other freak was Crazy Steve. I'm just like, I'm sitting on my sister's couch, just mesmerized with like, what the fuck is this? And then I start searching Decay, and then I'm like, oh my god, they had a whole feud with the Broken Hardys. So now I'm watching all this stuff, and that was the first time I seen Decay, and obviously I passed along the knowledge to Sir K, man. But they such a cool
It
group,
was
and
insane.
yeah, and I'm so excited to see Rosemary in WWE and just seeing her collab. And to this day, I think the Nobodies is probably my favorite Marilyn Manson song. I have a lot of Marilyn
Oh,
Manson songs in my catalog, but the Nobodies is just it's a classic, bro. It's a fucking classic. It's hilarious. The reason TNA had to stop using it is because they ran out of money. It's a very TNA reason to stop using the song, and I don't blame them because you don't want the lights shutting off again. But I mean,
yeah,
I get
very.
it. I get it, but man, was it just a badass vibe and just a badass group, man. I love Decay, and when I heard this that Rosemary was going to be on NXT, I was very excited because obviously being a big fan of Decay, I love that. So I'm excited to see her in WWE, and I'm excited to see how the WWE audience reacts to her because yeah, she's awesome, bro. So
Exactly. And I can't wait. I hope they react to her well. She's fucking great. Decay was fucking phenomenal. Nobody's was insane
Man,
at the time. That shit was so crazy to hear. Even their second song, they had to, get created. Obviously, that one was actually pretty good too. I like that one. Um,
was it by Death
but
Row?
man, fuck no, it was good. Um,
Decay.
so
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Decay. Yeah, I mean there is a noise at the start of it, but it's not like a word. It's not like a sentence.
Is it
But
gunshots?
no, it's not gunshots.
Shut
It's
your ass up.
like a rosemary, not scream, but like it makes sense if you hear it. But the group is phenomenal nonetheless, man. And Rosemary and NXT sounds very exciting, man. And we got to get Crazy Steve next.
Dude, that would go pretty hard,
And
man. That would go pretty
just mad
hard.
we never got the interaction of Wyatt and of any of those guys. It's very unfortunate. That's what I was really thinking about here in this story, but that would have been great, dude. Always
Dude,
dreamed of that.
there's like so many crazy what ifs like in like the world of like horror wrestling, dude. Like thinking about like
Mhm.
Decay versus the Wyatt family, Sanity versus the Wyatt family, or like one of my favorite ones is like, remember when we got the news that Wyatt was gonna be the leader of Sanity? Like I wonder how that like
Very
dude,
interesting.
Wyatt and Killian Dane, that would have kind of went hard, bro. I can't lie.
That
Um
that'd have been crazy. That would went nuts.
or like even like you look at a group like the Wyatt Six and like Nikki Cross is amazing in the role as Sister Abigail, but like imagine it was somebody like
Rosemary, though.
Rosemary, bro. Like
I
damn.
had to pick. I think I know my choice. No offense.
Or like yeah, like yeah, no offense to Nikki, but like Nikki's great, but like I mean like or like um thinking about
But
like Vincent and Dutch, like them.
just gonna say them. They could have been with Wyatt, dude. Oh, they'd have been so perfect, bro.
Honestly, dude, the thing with Vincent and Dutch, this is why I don't understand WWE letting them go. Even if it didn't work out with Wyatt,
They were
bro,
so badass.
they had one video package in AEW, one promo video package, and it was the one against Better Than You, baby. I still go back and watch that because their delivery
Badass.
is so just amazing. And it's just like, it makes me think to myself, especially looking at the way that like both tag divisions are. How the hell did WWE look at Vincent and Dutch and say, "Well, it's not gonna really work out with Bray, so just let him go"? Or like even I mean now Tony Khan has these guys on deals, and you don't think your tag division needs a little spunk in it at all? And who fucking better than the righteous? I mean, huh? I just it's so stupid, bro. And it's just like I mean I guess right now we're kind of adding on to our discussion from Monday, dude, but it's like what the fuck like what is with tag team
Right.
wrestling in both companies? Like I don't get it.
I really don't. I don't know why the world of tag team wrestling is just de facto into nothing. It's just it's used for singles feuds, and that's really all it's ever used for.
Yeah, or like too like speaking on like what ifs, it's like what if Bray lived to see to like actually like play out the Wyatt Six? Like what would it have looked like with him as the leader? You know?
Yeah, and then there have been like a power struggle with him and Bo, maybe something like that. Maybe that's where Bo kind of creates his own group at that point, or an offshoot.
Yeah.
It could have been and I would
Oh
love to
wait
see
wait wait
any
wait
of
wait
that.
wait 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 wait.
Hmm.
Do you think Vincent was the
They could
original
have.
player of the Mercy Mask? Being that Dexter now's got those long dreads?
Oh, 100%. I think they were supposed to be in that group. I think they were. I think that was
Damn.
at least, Wyatt goal was to have them in that group, him being, Mercy.
I just thought about that. I wonder if Vincent was supposed to be the original wearer of that Mercy mask because he's got the long dreads to kind of go along with the Fiend type look. Hmm, that's
I
interesting.
could I think so, and I don't originally think Joe Gacy was gonna be in it either. I think at least they could have done if they needed to. Gacy could have been like his own separate, by himself
Yeah,
thing. He
he was too
really
busy
didn't need to be
gardening.
part of.
4 roots
Hopefully, not doing
on a
that.
tree.
4 roots, good lord. But he's someone that could. He's skilled enough to lead his own group at the end of the day. So I guess I'm seeing him being swapped out with Vincent too. Crazy. I think they were supposed to be in that group originally.
I think so too. I think so too. But it's like, yeah, I mean, horror wrestling really does have like a whole nother like lure to it of like just like when I talk about going down the fucking rabbit hole of what if scenarios. I mean, we could literally go on forever, man. But like, man, like it was just, yeah, like man, this crazy stuff, dude. Crazy stuff that could have been that actually could have been a thing. But yeah, I seen to. I mean, this isn't really horror wrestling. They're more of a emo goth group. What did Christian call the ragtag group? The fucking Judgment Day. I seen somebody saying this on Twitter, but like, don't you think this new version of Judgment Day? Don't you think Dijak would have just fit perfectly into that?
Oh, he would have, dude. He actually really fucking would have. They could have kept him and saved him, man. It's so unfortunate.
I mean, you got fucking Carlito in the group. I mean, like I don't know. I feel like I seen somebody saying that on Twitter the other day, and I was scrolling past that post, and I said to myself, "Damn, that is very true. That is very true." Like I feel like Dijak in this new Judgment Day would have like been so perfect. It just seems so perfect, man. But anyways, man, I'm excited for Rosemary to be on NXT, and yes, maybe one day we will continue our horror wrestling rabbit hole, but it's definitely a deep one, bro. It is definitely a deep
It
one.
is.
Um, Nonetheless,
100%.
I'm excited to see Rosemary in in WWE and Tony Khan. Please use the fucking righteous.
Please, for the love of God, use that man. Please.
Fuck. Um, Speaking of tag title situations, or speaking of the tag team topic, the tag team championships, the same ones that Jacob Fatu had to hand over to the tribal chief today. And no, he didn't hand it to Solo. He handed it to the real chief, the infamous,
The silent assassin. This commentary call.
the silent assassin. Silent assassin of what? Botching? What the fuck is he the silent assassin of?
He's unhinged, man. Like commentary said tonight. He won't put you in a submission move. He'll probably gouge your eyes out and then eat them.
Didn't Kevin Owens just gouge his eyes out?
I
Clearly, he's the victim here.
don't know, dude.
Anyways, so the tag team title situations, man. So PWN is reporting WWE plans to feature the tag team championships at premium live events, but they want to ensure feuds are properly developed first. These events are reserved for high-profile storylines that drive the television shows, and the tag team division is still being built to meet those standards. Regarding the tag team championships being defended at premium live events, I'm told it's coming. But they want the feuds to be built up correctly for that to happen. Premium live events are for the highest caliber feuds, which carry the TV shows, so it's more of a work in progress for the tag team division scene as of late. So, really quick, so you mean to tell me the unholy union versus Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair fits the fucking criteria of a, where was it at? Of a high caliber feud that carries the TV show? Because they just got added to Bash in Berlin. You mean to tell me you couldn't have fucking put the Gorillas of Destiny versus Street Profits on Bash in Berlin, but you put Bianca and Jade versus Alba Fire and Isla Dawn on the show? What? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, that basically just sells me. Well, let's just get Bianca and Jade on the show because we like Bianca and Jade.
Exactly. Like, and it goes to show on fucking SmackDown tonight. Look at what the main event was and look at what it wasn't. There was an actual tag team championship match on the show tonight. It was not the main event. The main event was a tag team match. Guess what it was the main event a tag team match for? To build what's at least one already singles feud and the other a soon to be singles feud. That's all it did. It didn't build it for tag team wrestling.
Also,
It shows where their priorities lie.
they needed to see if they can coexist.
Fucking God, kill me. I can't coexist with that fucking storyline.
I mean, this is so stupid, man. I mean, I don't understand. Again, I don't understand how WWE moves with that mindset of, you know, these spots are reserved for high profile storylines. What is the story between Alba Fire, Isla Dawn, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill? I mean, what is the fucking story there? I mean, that how do you deem that a high caliber story in the tag team division?
They gotta please the fans, man. I mean, if they don't have like 7 women's matches on each card, they hate women's wrestling, so you gotta do that.
I mean, that's just stupid, bro. I mean, I don't mind putting the women's tag title. I mean, they shouldn't even be a thing, but
I do.
again, I don't mind them putting the match on there, but at least build the shit up and at least have a good division. This division ain't no better than your regular tag team division. So why is it on the card?
Like,
That shit blew me when I seen that today. Talking about we're announcing a women's tag title match. What?
makes no fucking sense.
And don't tell me they're gonna just hip hop the titles right back onto Bianca and Jade, which they probably will. What the fuck? What are we doing?
Doesn't make sense.
Again, you can't move with the double standard of, well, or not the double standard, but just the stupidity on the statement of you need to be on a pay-per-view if you have a high caliber storyline that drives the television shows. And then you put that on Bash in Berlin. At that point, you might as well have put nothing. Yeah, I mean, that spot could have easily gone to Dragunov versus Braun Breaker. You could, and if you wanted to be nice to Ludwig Kaiser because he's from Germany, you could have made it a fatal 4-way or a fatal 5-way.
Yeah.
You could have did Braun, Sheamus, Pete Dunne, Dragunov, and Ludwig. You could have did that so you could get so you can get Kaiser and Dragunov on the show. You could have. You very well could have, man, but no. Instead, we opted to go with a match that is going to be a fucking sleeper and absolutely put everybody to sleep. And a match, again, that nobody in their right mind cares about.
Makes no sense.
I don't know, man. I don't know. So, speaking of that, Triple H. This is very funny. This is a very funny story here. PW Insider is reporting there are many times where Triple H is scrolling through Twitter from gorilla position at the broadcast paying very close attention to what his audience is doing and reacting to as the shows are going on the air. He pays close attention to what the audience wants, not just live, but also based on social media feedback. Obviously, people have gotten their memes in, and they're great. I'm all for them. But in all
Oh,
honesty,
hilarious.
this is great stuff. This is great stuff to hear, which I feel like Triple H has a good
Good
cons-
understanding.
yeah, I feel like he has a good understanding on when social media is being ridiculous about something, um and when social media actually is being legit about sort of like kind of for the we want Cody type stuff versus on a random Monday when they're just complaining about Pat McAfee being too excited about the show, if that makes any sense.
Exactly.
I feel like he has a good understanding for, again, for what is bad, for what is bad criticism and for what is constructive criticism. So I hope, and I think that he does, man. But this is really good, man. This is really good to hear, and it really goes to show how much WWE has changed, because Vince would sit there and tell you, and he would tell all of us to our face, I don't pay attention to the social media audience. I just pay attention to the live audience. You pay attention to the live audience, my ass.
She didn't.
You didn't. Vince booked for Vince. Vince did not book for any. Vince didn't give a fuck what that live audience wanted. If this man had the audacity to sit there and say, I listened to the live audience, but proceeded to book Roman Reigns as a babyface for like 7 or 8 years before he budged on a heel turn. So don't sit here and fucking tell me that you listen to the live audience, because you don't. You don't listen to the social media audience. You don't listen to the live audience. You don't listen to any of your colleagues. You don't listen to anybody that works for you. Vince listens to Vince, and that's who Vince listened to. So hearing this is very nice to hear that Triple H does actually, he looks to see, and he wants to have his finger on the pulse, and he wants to see the WrestleTix posts on how much AEW sold for Grand Slam this year, and he wants to see he wants to see pictures of tarps on Collision. He wants to see all this stuff, man. But more importantly, he wants to see what's going on his own television show, which is great. Which is great, and that's all you can ask for in a booker, is just somebody who's got their finger on the pulse and who just wants to be in touch with what people are thinking. I just wish he would have fucking seen a post about Chad Gable finally getting a fucking singles championship by now.
Exactly. I wish you would see all those type of posts, man. But it's good to see that, you have a leader of a company looking for the fan reactions, man, and I like that. And he knows a good balance of when it's bullshit and when it's legit. And I like that, man. I like that. He knows how to find genuine comments, man. And
Bro.
he's doing it. I knew I had to slip that in there. But he's doing it, and it's good to see, man. It is.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. Yeah, he he probably didn't see the post about Chad Gable because he's probably too busy scrolling around on seeing what time Tony Khan's putting out tweets promoting AEW Dynamite at fucking 3:45 in the morning.
Oh, that should be hilarious.
Yeah, he's probably too busy scrolling past posts of tarps on Collision or whatever they got going on. So with that, another interesting story is CM Punk. CM Punk had said at an interview at Fanatics Fest, he says that WWE now has an app for wrestlers to request time off. Times have truly changed under Triple H, he says. He says, if I need a day off, I can take it. I'm still flabbergasted that there's a tab on the WWE app where you can request days off. It still blows my mind It's a brave new world.
God
So
damn, they
to
just like us.
yeah, so to keep up with the theme, Triple H has his finger on the pulse, and I mean, I don't. He has his finger on the pulse due to the creative and whoever's in charge of just this kind of stuff and for WWE is obviously doing a great job. I mean, I highly doubt Triple H was the one who was putting the app together, but it really goes to show creative. They've got things handled. Triple H has got his finger on the pulse for the most part, and then for the business side of things, they're doing good by their talent. They're doing good by their talent, man, and they're actually allowing them to have lives outside of. I mean, how many times have we heard stories of wrestlers going to Vince McMahon and telling him, dude, I'm hurt, I can't go? Or how many times do we hear people telling Vince they would like to go home for their kid's birthday? And this and that and this and that. And all he tells them is, well, I need you. We got shows. You know what I mean? But it's nice, dude, that these guys can uh, go on. I mean, it really goes to show how much WWE has changed. The shit that we can see, but also the stuff that we can't as well. Like the stuff Punk talks about here. So it's a great new regime, man. It's a great new regime, and it seems like a great place to work nowadays because just man, I mean, just 2.5 short years ago, bro. I mean, we were talking about stopping all WWE coverage. Now we basically cover everything they do. So it really goes to show the difference
Wild.
that 2 years makes.
It really does. Difference in 2 years. Great for them for having that. Um, yeah, good for them, man. It's good. You gotta, for employees, you gotta have something like that, man.
Yeah.
And I like that system. I like that system. I think it's good, and good for all the wrestlers, man, and good for all the vets that are still there that finally get this type of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Orton said the same thing, bro. Anytime he's got one of his kids' birthdays or something, he simply goes to Triple H. And Triple H without a question, tells him, okay, you could have, whatever time you need or whatever. So, which Orton was the same guy. I believe a story came out a story came out recently back in 2014. Orton went to Vince because his back, yes, the same back that put him out of action for about a year and a half, he went to Vince about concerns about his back. His back was bothering him. And all Vince had to tell him was, "Well, I need you for these shows." I mean, come on, man.
Wild. What does that sound like?
Hey,
I gotta say it. What
yeah, let's
does that sound like?
put Jay White in the ladder match. He's not clear. Let's have Adam Cole take a brain buster while he's still while he's still
Let's
recovering.
have let's have Kenny Omega take a gut shot after he just said a long shot to the gut kill him. Literally. Ugh,
Dump the man on concrete right after that. That's uh, uh, bro.
wild.
Yeah. Stupidness, bro. Um, moving over to one of Triple H's boys, actually. Oh man,
Oh man, oh man.
not again. Mauro Ranallo. Wow. So, according to Insight with Chris Van Vliet, Scott D'Amore revealed that former WWE commentator Mauro Ranallo will be returning to professional wrestling as the voice of Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, which is Scott D'Amore's new promotion that he is opening up. Wow.
Man,
Um, if there's anybody, like obviously we're just talking about this new regime, and Mauro, and it really sucks because Mauro, one of Mauro's dreams was to work WrestleMania, and a couple weeks before WrestleMania 33, he ran into incidences with bullying or whatever the case was with JBL. I remember he ran into a lot of instances with him, and he couldn't do it anymore. So they pulled him weeks before he got to fulfill his dream of doing WrestleMania, and he obviously came back, and uh, I mean NXT hasn't been the same without him. And NXT's,
Hmm.
I mean, they attract a lot of buzz, and they're doing good, I guess. I mean, again, it's not the craziest, it's not, it's not the craziest, just we got to watch NXT like it was when Morrow was there, but they're doing okay now. But I mean, that still doesn't change the fact of Morrow, once he left NXT was not black and gold anymore. It was
No.
it was it was it was it was Vince's NXT, and once it was Vince's NXT, yet again, Morrow has a sour fucking ending to a WWE run, and I wanted to see him back in WWE so bad under this current regime. I think there's no guy more
Hmm.
perfect. In my opinion, Morrow is my favorite commentator of all time. I think he's the GOAT.
100%.
I do. I would say Morrow and Michael Cole are probably my two GOATs of commentary. And Morrow, I mean, man, I mean what I mean I could go on for another half an hour on how great Mauro Ranallo was, but it's crazy that Scott D'Amore was able to get him, bro, because this man has been out of professional wrestling basically ever since he left WWE. I know he called that Kenny Omega and Rich Swann match in 2021 for the Impact World Championship, but that was a one-off. But like literally, man, since he left Black and Gold, I mean, he's stepped out of the professional wrestling space, and
Mm.
I think everybody would welcome him back with open arms. But if this is what Morrow needed to do, if Morrow needed to go ahead and do something on a smaller scale first, I think I think that's all well and dandy, man. But it still doesn't change my mindset, and my mindset is I really want to see him back in WWE one day. I think he would be great, but if not, I'm glad he's just back in the professional wrestling space in general, because he's just so good. He's so good, and he has his own struggles, and I think that's a whole nother part of the reason why people love Morrow, is because we all know what he goes through, and how just what kind of guy he is, or at least what we know of him. You know what I mean? And we all just know Morrow's a good dude, bro. Who doesn't fucking love Mauro Ranallo, man? I mean, he's a great commentator, and I'm happy for him doing this Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, man. And hopefully, man, we could see him one day, go back to a major company and end his career and actually get to fucking call that WrestleMania that he's always dreamed of, bro, because I want to see it. I know you want to see it, and I know a lot of us want to
Hmm.
see it, bro. So, nonetheless, bro, I'm happy for Morrow just getting back in the world of professional wrestling in general, because it's been too long without him. And congrats to Scott D'Amore for starting his own promotion, man. Hopefully, it's very successful.
Exactly. Congrats to him. Hope it works out with that promotion. But with Morrow in it, I feel like it's a stepping stone that could possibly get him, back into WWE. And I really hope so, man. He adds so much fucking life in anything he's a part of. And it would just excel the company insane amount of levels in terms of like TV quality and just show an atmosphere and feeling. Um, he would excel it so much more, man. And I hope this is a stepping stone to come back.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I really hope so. But for now, if this is what Morrow wants to do, I know he's gonna kill it. Hopefully, he gets a call for some cool talent, because they they are. Mm, I mean, Scott D'Amore is friends with a lot of people. A lot of people
Hmm.
from TNA love him. A lot of people from TNA love him, and he hopefully can get a lot of big name, good talent in there because I love hearing the names Morrow comes up for people and all sorts of stuff. I mean, a lot of people's runs in NXT were defined by a lot of the words Mauro Ranallo spoke. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I hope he does get to call for a lot of big name talent. And like I said, a lot of people love Scott D'Amore, so hopefully he does get a lot of talent over there that are very good. And I'm
I think
excited.
he will.
I think he will too, especially because a lot of people feel bad for the guy being as what happened to him in TNA. So hopefully, man, hopefully. But I wish Morrow nothing but the best as always.
Truly, I hope everything goes well.
Definitely. So Roman Reigns. So it is being after being advertised for the September 13th edition of SmackDown in Seattle, Washington. It is now being reported that Roman Reigns has been removed from all advertisements for that episode. So, if you guys are going to that SmackDown, or if you guys are looking forward to the September 13th edition of SmackDown, looks like Roman's pulled from it, bro. But it's going to be interesting to see why. Is the
Hmm.
bloodline going to take him out again? And then maybe he comes back around the beginning of October, but this time he has help. So it's very interesting around the dates in which Roman is being pulled and the dates that Roman is going to be there because we don't know. The volcano is starting to erupt. It hasn't quite erupted yet, but it's starting to. We know something's there. We know they're going to all get back together. It's just a matter of what is it going to take for Roman to realize he needs backup? Maybe he's already realized it. So it's going to be very
Hmm.
interesting, and it's obviously why it's a huge reason why, everybody drops what they're doing the minute Bloodline comes on SmackDown, bro. So it's very interesting to see to see now that he's being pulled from this episode because you never know when all this is going to pop off, man. And you never know when Roman's going to realize he needs backup, and you never know when the backup's actually going to show up or not. But we know it's coming, so it's interesting.
It is. It's very interesting to see how they're going to do this, whether, um, well, why he's advertised or not. It's going to be really interesting to see how he comes back, if he comes back with people, who he comes back with, how they build to this. It's really interesting.
Absolutely. And speaking of Roman, man, WWE's plans for Roman at Survivor Series, Pro Wrestling Nexus is reporting WWE's plan for Roman Reigns at Survivor Series War Games 2024 is to headline the show involving Solo Sikoa facing off against a faction headed by Reigns. This is this is the highly anticipated Old Bloodline versus New Bloodline match, rumored ever since 40, when Solo took control of the Bloodline post WrestleMania 40. So
Yeah.
obviously, this is the men's war game match. Everybody knew this, but we're getting even more confirmation that again WWE is going to be doing New Bloodline versus Old Bloodline in Survivor Series War Games, and this is going to be very interesting because this is going to be very interesting now, especially with people they might have coming in, who's exactly going to be on whose team. So it's going to be very interesting to see. It's gonna, uh, excuse me. It's going to be very interesting to just kind of see how these teams are going to flesh out. Is it going to be 5-on-5? Is it going to be 4-on-4? Traditionally, WWE has been doing 5-on-5, so I'm assuming it's going to be something along those lines. But nonetheless, bro, very interesting, and obviously everybody knew this, and everybody is so excited for this, man. And I know I am, bro. But it's definitely It's definitely interesting, man, and I am just beyond excited. I cannot wait to see how specifically the OG bloodline gets back together.
Exactly, exactly. It's very interesting to see how it's going to come together. OG, Timo. It's very interesting to see how we're going to get the match. We know we're going to get it, but the how is gonna. As I can't wait to see, man.
Yes, I feel like that's just many moments of the year looming. Um, in the whole bloodline reuniting and whatnot. So, speaking of our next story, man, I believe that is just about it for um, WWE news, man. So, so with the newest confirmation from AEW, there have been adverts outside of Wembley Park revealing that AEW and New Japan's Forbidden Door is coming to London in 2025. As you can see on your screen, you see the AEW All In London. See you in 2026.
Yeah.
And then above that,
But
you see AEW and New Japan Forbidden Door London 2025, bro. I know you're chomping at the bits, man. Go ahead.
we're praising you because you didn't do the same venue 2 years in a row at the time. Because you made it different. That's what you're supposed to do. And then we also said at that same time, you don't need to do Forbidden Door anyway. Next year, not only from the time you're doing All In, it's different. It's more in the middle of summer. Um, but you already got a Forbidden Door with fucking Wrestle thing that whatever the fucking day after Wrestle
Wrestle
Kingdom.
Dynasty.
I think that's what it is. Fucking Wrestle thing. Who cares? You already got your fucking Forbidden Door. So why are you doing a Forbidden Door in the first place? Let alone in London. Why? Why are you going to the same place again? We told you that the benefit of not going there is good, but Tony Khan just can't fucking help himself.
Oh, LA Knight has it looks like he has an open challenge next week. I think it's on SmackDown. But it looks like he has an open challenge for the US title.
Oh yeah, I know he said that. I think he said it was on Bash in Berlin.
Oh, did he?
I think that's what he said. I'm almost positive that's what he said tonight.
Let me see. LA Knight will have an open challenge for the US title on SmackDown in Berlin, Germany next week.
Oh, so it's in Berlin, but not
Yeah,
at Bash in Berlin.
SmackDown
Okay.
and Bash in Berlin are in the Uber Arena next week. So, that should be interesting. Anyways, um man, so the only way and the best way AEW can get out of this is, and this is just how just little I care about Forbidden Door at this point, bro. When you come out of Double or Nothing at the end of May, you got to do Forbidden Door the next weekend or 2 weekends after. So we have like no build to the show, because having the show have a 1 month build with guys from New Japan that I do not give a fuck about is worst case scenario for AEW television. It is. So if I'm AEW, and also too, you got to give All In like about a month to build, especially too,
You
because
have to.
where does your Owen fit in at that point? Does
How do
your,
you even do it?
yeah, and then also too, what about AEW's tour of Canada? You know what I mean? So they usually do that in the month of July or June or whatever. So it's very, maybe they're not going to do it this year, man. But It's very interesting to see. It's very interesting to see because, like I said, man, because honestly, man, the only way if you're asking me, I'm doing Forbidden Door a week or 2 weeks after Double or Nothing. Announce all the fucking matches that nobody fucking cares about, do them, and fucking get it over with. Because I don't care to see a 1 month build where I'm seeing Evil and I'm seeing Gabe Kidd on Dynamite and I'm seeing fucking David Finlay, walk around and, yeah, I don't know, hype up a match with MJF or whatever. I don't care. I don't want to see Hechicero on. I don't want to see these guys, man. I do not care to see Forbidden Door, and it's going to be in London. And why do we have to go back to? Why do we have to make London why is everything with Tony Khan a fucking yearly extravaganza? Why? Why do we have to go
Why?
back there once, if not more times a year? Why? I don't understand. I don't.
And
Oh my! I don't understand, bro. It is infuriating. And again, we take a step in the right direction, and
two steps back.
we move away from London, dude. Do you really want to water that market down, bro? Do you really want to?
Already too late. You got 2 shows announced for that shit, so that shit's already fucking soaking in fucking water. And it just goes to show how Tony Khan runs things. You know he's not thinking about the Owen or anything next year. Freddie's probably just thinking, oh, I'll figure it out when we get there.
Yep.
That's not a way to run your company, dude.
No, it's not. It's not. But he's moving with that "we'll cross the bridge when we get to it" mindset. And that's not the
Mm-hmm.
mindset to have when you're a promoter. As a promoter, you should always be thinking ahead. You should always be a step ahead of everybody. Everybody around you. You should always be a step ahead. Meanwhile,
Exactly.
this promoter of AEW is 3 steps fucking behind everybody. I don't know, man. I don't
Mm-mm.
know, bro. So AEW, New Japan, Forbidden Door. It's coming to London in 2025. Hopefully, we see, I don't know, maybe less CMLL, maybe a little bit more from the British indie scene. Maybe
I
that
would
could be a
like
way
that.
to spice it up.
Yeah, maybe, hopefully. Whatever's still left of it.
And if you do matches with New Japan, can you please put like Nick Nemeth's or Dijax on? Oh, I mean, he'll probably be in AEW by next year anyway. Matt Riddles, can you put those guys on the show,
Yeah,
please?
like, that's what I fucking want to see, man.
I don't care to see the same dudes we've been seeing uh, all year on AEW Dynamite. They talk about the Forbidden Door, but 2 weeks after Forbidden Door ends, they announce that Ishii is staying with AEW for the rest of the summer. So the Forbidden Door is open all summer. So you just put the door
Exactly.
stopper in front of the door and made it not forbidden because anybody can walk through it. Bedroom door, bro. That is why we call it the
Mhm.
bedroom door. Okay. Our final news story before we move on to these predictions, bro. Ricky Starks. Man,
Goddamn.
we are
What are
about,
they doing?
man, I just hit me. We are about an hour away from the 1 year anniversary of the passing of
Hmm.
Wyndham, bro. Man,
Yeah, saw that.
I'll never forget that day, bro.
No.
That'll be always one of those stories where you like know exactly where you were and exactly how you
Oh,
reacted to that moment. And for me, I know I'll never fucking forget it. Man,
no, I won't. Never.
yikes, man, that sucks, dude. Rest in peace, bro. For real.
Really.
Um, Ricky Starks, man. According to Fightful Select, There is no significant interest. Oh, I mean, what am I? My bad. There is significant interest. I just realized when I said in the middle of reading that, I was like, wait, what? Okay, my bad. Let's try this again. According to Fightful, there is significant interest in bringing Ricky Starks into NXT once he is available, according to NXT sources. And, well, let's go over that first. So, obviously the people in the NXT sources are going to say, that they're fine with bringing anybody in. They said that NXT said they were fine with bringing CM Punk in, which obviously we all knew that didn't happen. But they obviously
Exactly.
just say that. But and I'm sure, I'm sure they would be happy to have Ricky, but I mean it's probably really Triple H's call on, if Ricky comes to the main roster or not. But if this is the case, do you see him fitting well, and are you okay with him going to NXT? How would you go about bringing Ricky into the company? Just
Probably
put him
wouldn't
on
do
level up?
NXT. I think no, no. Like he's great already. He could do the mic. He's fine. He's great in the ring. I don't think he needs NXT at all. Would I hate him in NXT? No, as long as it's short. But I think he should just go straight to Raw or SmackDown.
Uh I see that. I see why you say I see why you say that, but the reason, honestly, bro, the reason I would be okay with Ricky Starks going to NXT is because if he goes to the main roster, and same thing with guys like Daniel Garcia, it's like, are they ready for the main roster? Absolutely. I'm not, these guys are fantastic professional wrestlers, but the thing is, in WWE, the way things are in WWE right now, if you look at a guy like, for example, Carmelo Hayes or Dragunov, they're not
I
doing
watched
a
that one too.
whole lot. And I
Mm-hmm.
think putting a guy like Ricky and even a guy like Daniel Garcia in NXT, it's going to allow them to start off giving the presentation of they're a top guy. And hopefully that translates over to the main roster, because if you put Ricky Starks on the main roster right now, he's just going to come off as an upper mid Carter. I'm sorry. Or maybe
Yeah.
at best, he's going to come off as an upper mid Carter. You know what I mean? At worst, he's going to come off as Dragunov, who's just a anti Braun Breaker hater. Um, that's his gimmick. That's the only reason why I would say, like, I have no doubt in my mind that, like, Ricky or Daniel Garcia or any of these guys are ready for NXT. I mean, dude, Jade Cargill went straight to the main roster. If anybody needs to be in fucking NXT, it's Jade.
With her.
Ricky, Ricky is fine. Daniel Garcia is fine. These guys are fine. These guys are absolutely main roster ready. Um, the thing is, though, you throw them on, like, SmackDown right now. Nobody's beating LA Knight for that title right now. Ricky Starks or Daniel Garcia obviously are no legit threat to Cody Rhodes, unless you bring Ricky Starks in as maybe like Cody's friend to eventually turn on him. Maybe you could have something there as a nice feud for Cody as the world champion. And then you look over to Monday Night Raw. Daniel Garcia and Ricky Starks are not coming close to beating either of those
No.
champions, Braun or Gunther. So that is why I say, like, they pose more of a legit threat in NXT. You can have one of those guys beat Oba Femi and maybe send Oba up to the main roster, because I think he's just a stud waiting to happen. The shit that I see that man do in a ring, I genuinely think he's, like I said, he's a stud waiting to happen. I mean, he is a fucking monster. He's a fucking
Mm-hmm.
monster, is Obafemi, and I think the main roster crowd's gonna take to him insane. And then you look at Ethan Page. Ricky Starks or Daniel Garcia absolutely pose a threat to Ethan Page. You know who they don't pose a threat to? Cody Rhodes or Gunther.
It's
So,
true.
are they ready? Yes. Absolutely, they're ready. But would I, again, I would put him in NXT to give off the presentation to the WWE audience. This guy is a top guy, future star of the company. And then hopefully that translates well to the main roster, to where when they get to the main roster, people are already kind of like Braun, where people are already like, yo, this guy's amazing. We
Mhm.
gotta put a
We got him up
championship
there.
on him. Exactly.
Exactly. No, I get you.
That is why I'm okay with it. For sure. But does he need NXT? Absolutely not. And with that, during the All In media call, Ricky Starks is still under AEW contract. Um, well, I did see a post of like Ricky out at dinner with a bunch of people, and a lot of people were conspirizing that, conspirizing that that was maybe the end of his AEW run, and maybe that was like a celebratory dinner, which I think is hilarious that he went on a celebratory dinner for leaving a company, which I think is great. In its own right, it just goes to show how much fun he had in AEW, but I mean, that just remains to be seen. Apparently, Tony says he's still got the guy under contract, man. So we'll just have to wait and see whenever Ricky's ready. But whenever he is ready, we will know soon, because I just know WWE is gonna be in WWE is gonna be in a rush to sign him. I know that.
Oh, 100%. I don't know why Tony Khan would even post something like that, because he just looks like an idiot. Why are you posting that you still have a guy that you don't use, that you don't care about?
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. I think that just makes Tony Khan look stupider. But it is what it is, and I can't wait to see that man out of this company.
Yeah, definitely, definitely, man. He tried and he tried and he tried, and I don't know. Tony just didn't appreciate what he offered, so he left, and I can't blame him not one bit for that, bro. Uh, but yeah, man. So I will say though, I am glad that it definitely now. What you're saying is correct. Tony definitely does look like a bit of an asshole, because he just flat out just basically admitted, I'm not using the guy. However, it doesn't upset it doesn't upset me, bro, because at the end of the day, I would
Yeah,
rather him just not use Ricky, so he doesn't get
we
injured
can
or
just
anything
go
like that.
away.
And yeah, just wash your hands
Exactly.
clean, and hope you keep that door open, because you did him really fucking dirty. You did him really
Oh,
dirty.
he did. He really did.
That man did a lot of solid work in AEW and got a lot of nothing for it. And you can say the same thing with guys like Ethan Page, guys like Daniel Garcia. You can say the same thing for a lot of those guys. They've done a lot of solid work and showed time and time again they have a lot of upside and promise in the industry, just to be completely, you know, just disrespected booking wise, bro. So yeah, well,
Mhm.
WWE, um, no secret again, but WWE is not, or what do I keep saying is not? WWE is very interested in Ricky Starks. However, it looks like he's still under a contract with AEW, man. So yeah.
Interesting.
Whew. All right, man. The all-in predictions. I'm yawning because I just seen Hook versus Jericho on my screen. Let me let's see. All right, all in 2024. All right, matches. The first one, the 0 hour. What the hell is this?
Ugh.
Willow and Ishii versus Stokely Hathaway and Chris Statlander.
Fuck. Why?
And the yawn, which was a shoot yawn, went perfect with how I feel about this match. I'm obviously going with I don't know, I guess Willow and Ishii.
Yeah, I would say the baby faces, I guess.
There it is. Brother. The FTW Championship. Hook versus Chris Jericho. Isn't it funny that Hook, oh my god, when the hell did he beat Ricky Starks for the FTW Championship? Because it's been ever since then he's been fighting for this belt. Let me see. So, no way. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. Hook won the FTW Championship July 28th, 2022.
Fucking A.
He's been fighting for the
Oh,
FTW. He's been defending or fighting for the FTW Championship for about 2.5 years.
fucking hell.
About 2 years and a month. Oh my lord. I hope so badly that Jericho wins this match. Because that means that Hook is more than likely out the fucking door. That is AEW, and he is on his way to NXT so he can learn to do something other than a fucking suplex. Please.
I'm telling you, man, I really hope that man loses so he can leave, man. And if he wins, I'm terrified. But
Oh,
hope he
God.
loses so he can go to WWE. And even though if he does leave AEW, I wonder how they're gonna like get rid of the FTW title because without someone like Hook, Taz isn't a manager for anybody. It's no point in having the thing.
Maybe he's going to
So
recruit an old member. Maybe Hobbs is going to come back and get it.
poor Hobbs. Don't do that to him either, man. Just fucking trash the title.
Please.
Fucking move on. But curious to see how they're gonna do that, man. But man, I hope Hook loses. I'm predicting Jericho just because I need him to leave.
Yeah. We have a trios championship match. A trios championship ladder match. That is the Patriarchy versus the Bang Bang Gang versus the House of Black versus Pac, Claudio, and Yuta. Claudio, and Yuta. Nice,
Pac and BCC or something.
yep. As if there isn't another fucking member of the group named John Moxley. Okay. Um I don't know. Mm, I don't know. I'm gonna just go ahead and say um the patriarchy retains. That's my prediction.
Yeah, I would say. Wait, what was the third group? The Bang Bang Gang. So are they the
Mhm.
third group in that?
Yeah, patriarchy,
Okay.
Bang Bang Gang, House of Black, and Pac and the BCC.
Okay. Maybe. I feel like there's a chance Patriarchy can lose because to get that Luchasaurus thing going, but I doubt they do that anytime soon. So I'll give it to the Patriarchy.
Alrighty. Um, The Casino Gauntlet match for a
I hate
guaranteed
that.
world title shot. Um, I think we got a Casino Gauntlet match before Double or Nothing, and I think this is the one where somebody just came
Mhm.
out every 2 minutes and the first to just get a regular ass pinfall wins.
Wins. You don't. Not even everybody has to be out for the match to have a winner. Which now that I'm thinking about that, that is possibly a way they fuck over what's his name, Hangman, is he just didn't even get a shot. Is because he fucking someone just won the match before he even came out. He's one of the later people.
I could very well see that. I could very
Oh,
well see
dude,
that.
that system. What an
Yeah,
ass, man.
it is so fucking stupid, man.
It's like having a fucking War Games match and you could win at the beginning. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
fucking stupid.
Mercedes Monet versus Oh, the Casino Gauntlet match.
Mhm.
My dude, we didn't even. Golly, what? My bad. Predictions for this one, bro. Obviously
Uh,
Ricochet.
yeah.
Do you think we see Shane? That would be
No,
quite
no, I
hilarious.
don't.
I don't think we see him here. Yeah, I don't think so either.
No.
Maybe Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley would be dope. I doubt it. I think it's either gonna go Ricochet or Hangman. Those are the only two names I can fucking think of.
Yeah, yeah. I'll go ahead and say Ricochet or Hangman as well. Which is weird. Um, which is weird because if Hangman wins, then
Mm.
you're looking at Swerve winning, and if
Well,
Ricochet,
I mean, Swerve can fuck him out of his match with Bryan,
very
and
true.
if
That's very true.
Hangman wins earlier in the night, that'll really get fans to think that Bryan's gonna lose, and then he wins, which kind of makes it a better moment. So Hangman might be the best choice there, actually. Now that the more I think about it,
You know what? Hangman could maybe relinquish his title shot after Swerve loses because he doesn't care about the world title. He just cares about getting to Swerve.
I can see that, and he just makes a deal like I'm gonna relinquish the title shot. In exchange, I want a guaranteed match with Swerve at whatever.
Yeah, could be.
I can see that.
Could be the
I can
case.
see it.
But if Ricochet wins, I mean that could be. That'll be feeding right into Tony Khan's agenda at All Out. Brian's first title defense is Ricochet versus Danielson. Tony Khan
That'd
would
be
be
pretty
chomping
dope.
at the fucking bits to fucking see that match.
Oh, dude, he's gonna be fucking salivating for that shit.
But yeah, bro. So the casino ladder match or the casino gauntlet match, yeah, I'm either going with Hangman or I'm either going with Hangman or I'm going with Ricochet.
I think so. I think so.
So Mercedes Monet versus Britt Baker for the TBS title. This one is very not intriguing
Oh,
to me.
no.
Um, I,
Even their fucking promo, battle on Wednesday was nice,
it was.
but it's still, I still don't care overall.
But here's the thing, bro. You can't have a promo battle that was great in the beginning and a promo battle that was great on the go home show to have great
And
build.
that's it.
It should have been a
Literally.
whole
There needs to
month.
be an in-between.
Yep, it should have been a whole 6 weeks worth of good shit, and it was a whole bunch of nothing in there. Honestly, this match is gonna determine who's got the bigger ego here.
Super all out too. Saw what what's his name? What's her name? Posted. I don't know who posted it, but two people took a picture together. It was fucking who was it? It was Alicia Italian, whatever her
Yeah.
last name is, and Thunder Rosa. They took a picture together. And they were like,
Oh,
"Oh yeah, we're getting Brawl Out fucking 3, baby."
yeah, we 100% are. Um, I think Mercedes is gonna win this one, and I think it's gonna be by the help of Camille. I think they're gonna attack Britt after, and I think we see the return of Jamie Hayter.
I think so. I think so. And then they're
Fucking
gonna even the odds.
finally.
Oh,
A
dude,
year and a
finally.
half later. She
Long
could have been
overdue
back at Revolution. They've saved her for
God,
this.
for this. For fucking this nothing feud. That turned into a fucking nothing feud. Good lord. Yeah, I see that happening.
Yeah, man. All right, Sir K. So the next match, I'm gonna tell you real quick. Don't say anything bad about it. We could get in trouble for this one. Um,
Bro,
the
bro.
tag division is great, and
Yeah,
that's all we gotta say. Um,
tag division's great.
the yeah, the tag division in AEW is very healthy, bro. Very healthy. And if
Maybe
you say
five
anything
tag
bad
teams.
about it, you're disrespecting the performers and the industry. That's how it is.
Fucking hope I am. I hope that disrespect gets through your fucking heads so it becomes good. I don't give a fuck if I'm respecting you or not.
Wow.
At the end of the day, I give a fuck about what I watch on TV. And
Mm-hmm.
what I watch on TV in terms of tag team wrestling is absolute dog shit. So
But
I hope
see,
I'll
but
change it.
but see, let me stop you right there. Have you ever wrestled a match?
Actually, we have in a hard
Fuck.
background, in
God
a
damn it.
hard backyard. So,
Uh
after he can suck a dick,
oh, I
bro,
got
I
one. But
care.
have you ever done anything in the business?
We have a podcast that's related to the business. So
Oh
yes,
shit.
we have.
You're fucking you're running out of excuses for Dax, bro. Come on, dude. Well, we can't give an opinion on this match because we aren't in the business. But however, this is another match that I do not fucking care about. FTR versus Young Bucks versus Acclaimed for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. FTYR, they on the fucking show. Um,
Uh,
well, I'm happy FTR Gunn is on the show. I always love seeing my boy
yeah, that's
FTR
great.
Gunn.
I love cash money.
Exactly, bro. I don't know. Don't put the fucking belts on. Honestly, bro. Honestly, bro, just keep the fucking titles on the Young Bucks. I don't want to see the fucking titles on
Yeah.
FT. I really don't want to see the titles on FTR at this fucking point. And the Acclaimed, maybe a heel run would be nice for them, and you could put the titles on them. But honestly, all three of these are bad options. They all are. There's no
It's
good
all gonna
option
happen,
out of here.
no
Where's
matter
the
what it's gonna
righteous?
where's the righteous?
Private
Where's cash?
party?
Private party fucking you could have had LAX in this bitch. They could
God.
have
Ugh.
yeah, fucked at 2.0, which guess where they kick in? They reunionized on fucking ROH.
Are you serious?
2.0 is back together. Yep, they're back together. But on ROH.
Oh, somebody fucking shoot
Bro,
me. Oh my god.
you need 15 tag teams.
Oh brother.
Fuck I don't give a fuck. FT slop. I don't want them to fucking get it. And I don't want fucking Acclaimed to get it because they're just gonna get the same slop we got with the trios titles.
There's no good option here. There's none.
No, it's ass no matter what, dude.
Uh the Young
It's like fucking
Bucks. I'm gonna go with the
game
Bucks.
where it was fucking like the disgusting like jelly beans and then you had like normal ones. It was like a roulette to see which one you got. This is like that, but the good ones aren't in the bag at all. You just got shit ones.
Yeah, you got like the diaper one, and then you got like
Yeah.
the I don't know the other shitty flavors. Yeah.
Fucking hell, no matter what, it's gonna be fucking ass.
Yeah, it is. With that, um, actually bringing me back to this trio's ladder match. Claudio is in the match as if he has an unfinished match that they're just not going to continue against Okada. So instead of having Okada look strong and just beat a guy like fucking Claudio,
Who can be beaten.
he just Okada just goes on to not be on the show, and Claudio ends up getting another match for the trios titles on the show anyway.
After, at the end of the day, even if he didn't lose, he failed to get a title. So why is he getting another title shot? Doesn't really make sense. And why the fuck is Okada not on this fucking show? What? He
I don't know.
has a fucking title, and dude's not even on the fucking show.
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah. I mean, yeah. You got Hook versus Jericho on the card, but you don't have Okada. And if you do have Okada on the card, why the fuck is Hook and Jericho on the card?
Hook versus Crook.
Can't
God fucking damn it.
can't fucking win, dude. I'm going with the Bucks, and I think it should stay on the Bucks. The Bucks, I know they're never there, and I know I know their storyline has lost all momentum. But if we're looking at just acts in general, out of these three teams, they are the best act right now.
Exactly. That's sad. It's really fucking sad.
Again, FTY are they on the show? Why? Um,
FT, why does he fucking still have Twitter? Why? Take his
yeah.
fucking phone, please.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bucks.
Yeah.
Which classic AEW predictions? This could not be the final card. They'll probably throw like 3 more matches on Collision, and then they'll probably throw like 6 more matches on the 0 hour in on the what's it called? Yeah, the day of on their Twitter page, because that's where most of their fucking fan base resides anyway. But we have the coffin match for the TNT Championship. Jack Perry versus Darby Allin. I think
Jack.
it's gonna be a good one. And Jack Perry literally just got his custom title, and obviously to go along with the story of them thinking about putting a world title on Darby soon, Darby does not win this match.
No.
It's obviously Jack Perry, I think, here.
I think so. He's already won the TNT title countless time. He doesn't need it again. He needs to move up. And that's what they're planning on with him anyway. So I think it's a definite Jack Perry win, man. Only he had fucking Taco Bell rolling there with him.
Yeah. At what cost?
$7. $7. Never forget. I feel so bad for him.
Everything
Poor
in life
George.
has a price, but at what cost are you willing to spend? $7 Taco Bell Luke's Craving Box.
Dude, if I was him, I would have fucking stored that production truck and beat the fuck out of the dude that was in front of that segment.
$7 Luke's Craving Box. Fucking Jesus.
That motherfucker knew what he was doing, whoever was in that fucking truck. They had fucking Punk in that goddamn truck.
Oh, yeah, he definitely was. Yeah, I'm going with Jack Perry here.
100%.
All right, now for some matches that I care about. Toni Storm versus Mariah May for the AEW Women's World Championship, bro. I think this is going to be the ultimate test for Mariah. She's in there with she's in there with the best in-ring performer the AEW Women's Division has to offer. And yes, I'm fucking standing on that. And yes, I know who's in the division. Toni Storm is the best. Mariah's winning this for sure.
Oh, 100%. 1,000%. I can't wait to see this match. I can't wait to see her, we've so far got glimpses of Mariah May's in ring skills with her striking and whatnot in little instances. I hope I hope this match gets time so we could really fucking see that shit, throw out. And I really hope so, because from the little snippets we've seen, she's fucking phenomenal. Can't wait to see this match, man. Cannot wait. I think it's a Mariah.
Yeah, well, it's pretty hard for us to see when all she's been wrestling for the past month and a half is squash matches on Collision and Dynamite. So much for
So
that.
Tony Khan knows what to do. Even when she wins the title, we'll still get squash matches. So at
Probably.
least we look forward to the pay-per-views, man. That's all you
Yes.
have to look forward to in AEW.
Yes. Tony's had a great reign. This has probably been one of the best AEW Women's Championship reigns. And it's time for it to be over, and I think Mariah's going to take it for sure.
I think so.
With the next match, Will Ospreay versus MJF for the American Championship. Why does MJF look like a vampire in this render image? I mean, what is that? I don't know. But however, what I do know is this match is probably going to be very good. And what I also know, Will Ospreay is probably going to get the title back because he's got a defense coming up with the one and only very shortly
Yeah.
after he wins that
Oh,
championship.
100%. Oh yeah, they're probably gonna face off right afterwards. If he doesn't show up in the fucking casino match, he shows up to face with Osprey after he wins the title. 100%.
Yep,
It's either gonna be the two paths he takes.
I could
So
absolutely see that.
I 100% see it. I think it's obvious will Osprey win, and he's gonna change it from the American title. Good lord, either to back to the international, or maybe they do European or UK. I'd be
Yeah,
down for
the
that.
United Kingdom
But
Championship,
I'd be okay, or
the
fucking who
British
knows the
Championship.
Yeah, he'll call it the British Championship or the fucking the something stupid. He'll fucking call it something stupid. So
The British
I think
Isles
yeah.
champion.
Oh my God, the British Isles Championship. Good lord,
Yeah.
the British Championship. I would not be shocked, man. But
That is well. That could be another component in this match, Durante too. I could absolutely see Daniel Garcia costing MJF the match, but if if Daniel Garcia is going to NXT, I could definitely see.
him just getting beat clean.
Mhm.
I could see it. It's fucking Will Ospreay, fucking Tony Khan, fucking adores this fucking dude.
Yeah.
So, definitely, man. I think it's a definite Will Ospreay win.
Yes, for sure. And what should be the main event of AEW All In, the final countdown, title versus career. Oh man.
Man,
For the
it's
AEW Championship, Swerve Strickland versus Bryan Danielson. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. AEW's done a tremendous job with making this a very unpredictable main event
that is,
because
dude.
I could legitimately, like, no lie, I could see this going either way.
Oh, 100%. It's really a 50-50, and it's fucking terrifying.
I could absolutely see this going to Swerve, and I could see Bryan being at a point in his life where he wants to hang it up.
Is
But at the
yep.
end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
Bryan has also said on many occasions that he plans on wrestling to, like, periodically until he dies. He's literally said that before. So, he wants to, Terry Funk the situation, bro. But now, things could have always changed. We don't know where Bryan is at in his personal life or whatever. And he's also said on multiple occasions he feels like he's ready to retire. So that could
Mm-hmm.
very well be the case as well. That is why I don't know. That is why I
I know.
really, really do not know. But if I were to give a prediction, I'm going to be very sad if Bryan loses.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly think Bryan takes this. I think
I think
Bryan takes it.
I just I don't see him retiring yet. It's possible, but I still feel like there's so much unfinished business, dude. I think I think he wins it.
Yeah. I do. I honestly do. I think Bryan takes the title. I think Swerve goes off to finish his feud with Hangman. I think maybe Bryan ends up dropping. I think maybe if Ricochet wins the Casino, I could see Ricochet versus Bryan. I could see maybe Bryan going on and facing. I could see Bryan going on and facing Darby Allin to give Darby a reign or whatever. But Swerve will be fine if he does lose. I mean,
Oh,
he's so
100%.
young and he'll have so many championship reigns in front of him. But this one, dude, is genuinely this is what an all-in main event should be. It should be a very
Mhm.
unpredictable situation like this, to the point where I'm genuinely sitting here telling you guys I do not know who
Truly.
who wins
Mhm.
this. I don't. I really don't, man. Um, I really don't. I really don't know who wins this match, dude. I really don't know who wins this match. But one thing I do hate, if we jump right back into the Swerve and Hangman feud, is Swerve's been a heel in this feud. He was also a heel in the Will Ospreay feud. Is he just gonna go back to being a fucking babyface for a feud with Hangman?
That'd be really stupid. I
I
hope
mean,
not. I hope you could survive with two heels, dude. You really could. Even though at the end of the day, Hangman should be the big face,
yeah,
but
or like
you could survive with two heels.
even if Hangman is a heel, it's just
Who
like,
cares?
keep fucking Swerve as a heel. Swerve
Yeah,
operates better as a heel. You turn the guy babyface, and the guy in the beginning of his title reign was cold as ice. He's heated back up since beating Ospreay and stuff, and it's gotten a lot better for the guy. But I mean, right when he won that title, I mean, he was kind of just doing nothing. He was floating around. He was barely on the fucking show. He's doing a whole lot of nothing. But it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. This one is just very, very unpredictable, bro. This one is very unpredictable. And like I said, we put Swerve right back in a feud with Hangman for the world title. It's like, it's just
well,
very, yeah. I mean, it's again, you just have Swerve go right back to being a baby face. It's just, I don't like all the
and for
flip
what?
flopping of characters, man. This is, I don't understand it, man. I don't. But
No, I really don't.
overall, I'm gonna go ahead and say Bryan wins this.
I think. I think so. I think it's gonna be Brian.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say Bryan wins this match, man. And that is your predictions for AEW All In. So, guys, remember, we will be live directly after the show goes off the air with the All In 2024 official review. And yeah, man, like I said, Sunday at about 4 or 5 o'clock, whatever time the show goes off the air, really. I'm assuming it's just going to be around 4 or 5, but just so you guys know, I mean, you guys always know anyway, but soon as soon as the show goes off the air, we go on, bro. So stay tuned for that, and we will be live with the All In 2024 review Sunday afternoon, man. So stay tuned for that, man. And that is going to do it for this edition of NHP. This has been episode 228. And with that, man, thank you guys so very much for coming back and hanging out with us. I apologize for earlier, the technical difficulties, bro. But thank you guys to everybody who came back, stuck it out with us, bro, and put on a banger show as always, man. So like I said, we will be seeing you guys for AEW All In on Sunday, man. And with that, that is going to do it for this edition of NHP. This has been another great episode for my Johnny.
And that's okay.
And that is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious Heels podcast. Thank you guys so very much for joining us. Thank you guys, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys. We love you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you all on Sunday with the AEW All In London 2024 official post-show review.
Peace.